What's up, everybody? This is the Fat Boy, and I am here with, of course, Wrestling Predicts. You've seen these in the past on the channel. Well, it's time to do the biggest prediction of them all for Wrestlemania 34. Now, we got a little special treat for you today. Here in the Discord with me, I have my usual partner in crime, Dibs on everything. Say hello, Dibs.
What up?
But I've also got two new people with me for the predictions. You know them from Twitch. We have the one, the only, the Forgotten Sage. Sage.
How's it going, everybody?
And, of course, the real Hughie299.
Saving the best name for last.
There we go. Cocky prick. Anyways, so first, we're going to go through. This video is going to be kind of long because of how many matches we have. And since we're all so passionate about professional wrestling, especially the WWE, we're all going to be giving our, basically, how we all feel about each match. So some of them will be a couple minutes. A couple of them might be a little bit longer. So just sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. So the first match we're going to do is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So we'll start with Dibs. Dibs, who is your pick to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Well, mine is going to be somebody that recently just was signed by WWE, and I am going for Bobby Lashley.
Interesting choice. Forgotten, who's your choice?
I think there's going to be a lot of surprises in the Battle Royal. I think we're going to see the return of Bray Wyatt and Jeff Hardy, the return of Big Cass as well. Probably going to get a lot of heat for saying this, but I'm going to go with Big Cass as winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
That's an interesting choice. Interesting choice. Hughie, you're up, my dude.
I mean, Big Cass is interesting. I think he does come back. I think we see him Sunday, not in the Battle Royal. But my pick to win will be the Woken One, Matt Hardy.
Ooh. What a choice. Now, my prediction, I think we're going to have a first ever two-time winner. I think Baron Corbin is going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for the second time. Because we haven't had one yet. And I think it's going to be an early second win for him. All right. So that was easy. So the next match we have the Cruiserweight Championship Finals to be decided at WrestleMania between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. We'll start with Forgotten. Forgotten, who's your choice in this match?
The heart says Cedric Alexander, but the brain says Mustafa Ali. I pick Mustafa Ali.
Alrighty, Hughie, what about you?
So I'm going to be a little different. Everybody's throwing people into matches last minute. I say Drake Maverick comes off the sideline and says, I'm getting sick of being just a general manager. I want to compete. Enters himself into the match, make it a triple threat. That being said, he does not win. Cedric Alexander turns up on Monday, your Cruiserweight champion.
Alrighty. Dibs, what about you, sir? What are you thinking about this match?
This is a really underrated match, like it should be to me on the main card. I think it's going to be the second best match of the night, which I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm going to pick as number one. But
absolutely,
I think Cedric is going to pull it out because he's just phenomenal in the ring, and I just think it's his time.
Okay. So, Hughie, I'm going to play off yours for a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be Drake Maverick. I think Drake Maverick is going to come out, but I think he's going to announce the returning Neville into the match.
I could see that happening.
I think he's going to announce the returning Neville into the match, and Neville wins the Cruiserweight Championship. That's just my prediction there. All right, the next match, we don't have a card for it. Sorry, guys. But we do have the Women's Battle Royal. Now, this is going to stir up interesting predictions here because two people in the Discord right now, well, let's just say each one of their favorites are kind of button heads right now. So, Hughie, shall I ask, who is going to be your prediction to win?
So this might actually surprise people. But because of the fact that this has been relegated to the pre-show, and I believe that they're going to wait for her to go over the other competitor for a main card match, I actually do see Sasha winning this Battle Royal, eliminating Bayley.
That's a shocker. Dibs.
I think Sasha's going to win because even though it's been teased, Bayley turning heel, I think Sasha's going to be the one turning heel and screwing over Bayley, where they're going to seem like they're teaming together, and then she's going to throw her out at the end.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and throw mine in there real quick. That way I'm not always going last. I am also agreeing that Sasha wins this, and I'm thinking that this is going to continue on to the next couple of months where we have the Bayley-Sasha feud, to where it just full-on escalates. So, Forgotten.
So I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. Y'all are going with Sasha Banks, and I think we're going to have more surprises within the women's battle royal. I think we're going to have NXT participants like Ember Moon and Nikki Cross, but I also think we're going to have some legends in there like Lita, Trish Stratus, Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool. Maybe not all of them, but some combination of them. I also think we see Bayley actually eliminate Sasha Banks, setting up their rivalry going forward after WrestleMania. But after all is said and done, I do think Becky Lynch does walk away with the win.
Okay, all right. So, real quick, let's talk about this match real quick, because we don't know a lot of people that's in either one of the Battle Royals. With a surprise entrance from NXT, you know, there's always somebody like Kairi Sane, who hasn't done something. I mean, she won the Mae Young Classic, but as of right now, she's not really doing anything in NXT. So, could y'all see somebody like her winning?
I mean, I'll go first here. I believe if we do see an NXT call-up win, it's going to be Ember Moon, because Ember Moon, I mean, to kind of play off Payback, I believe is going to lose the title on Saturday night, which will lead to her being called up to the main roster. So if we do see an NXT call-up win, it's going to be someone like Ember Moon who can go in to Monday or Tuesday night and brag about winning the first ever Women's Battle Royal at Mania.
With that being said, do you think we'll have some NXT superstars who will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal like we did last year with Killian Dane, who was in it last year, and things like that?
I do.
Before we go into that one, I want to make a one for the women's prediction. If somebody gets called up and is going to win, I think that person who's going to be called up and winning will be Peyton Royce.
That's a bold prediction there.
It is.
Ooh, that shocked me.
Very bold, but, I mean, it's Mania. Mania, guys.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen at Mania. All right, so do we want to go on to the next match here?
Yeah, man.
All righty. So let's see what the next match is. Ah, yes, we have the triple threat SmackDown Tag Team title match between the Usos, the defending champions, against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. I will take the first shot on this one. Anytime that you get the New Day and the Usos together, it's going to be an instant classic. Every time these guys wrestle. Now, though, with the added element of the Bludgeon Brothers being that big, that mean, that nasty tag team, this match, I think, is going to actually shock a lot of people and be a really damn good match. The winners that I predict coming out with the SmackDown Tag Team titles are the Bludgeon Brothers. All right, and let's go to Dibs next. Dibs, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with you on that one because I'm thinking there could be a possible call-up to where we're going to see a giant tag team versus another giant tag team.
Oh, you thinking Authors of Pain?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. All right, Forgotten. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the New Day. I think, the numbers game is still going to come into play. There are still 3 members of the New Day compared to 2 on the others, and I think the New Day is going to get a win at Mania.
All right, yeah, the numbers game always does help out. Hughie, who you got, my man?
I think we usher in the era of Bludgeon Brothers this Sunday. Although I've been a big advocate of the New Day versus the Usos, they could put on 12 months worth of matches and they'd all be phenomenal. It's time for a new direction in the SmackDown Tag Team Championship hunt, and I say the Bludgeon Brothers walk out tag champs Sunday night.
Yeah, there's no denying that the Usos and the New Day, just every time they have a match, it's magic. I mean, they did the tag team Hell in the Cell match last year, and like it was kind of weird because of their dynamic of how they wrestled, but yet they made it work, and it was violent. And it still had all the action that you expected out of an awesome wrestling match. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a classic, and I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be that added element, almost like what you had with the Hardys, Edge of Christian, and the New Day back in the day. I think this could be like an added element for them.
I could absolutely see that.
So, now am I saying they're as good as the Dudleys? Not at all. But, I mean, they are good. Harper and Rowan are very good. So, it's going to be interesting to see. So, Harper's good?
All
right.
Harper's going to pin someone. But, yeah.
All right, so our next one, sorry about that, guys, but our next match is the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. Randy Orton defending his U.S. title against the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and, of course, it's Rusev Day. Rusev. Hughie, who you got?
I say the only American in the match, Kane, champ.
All right, so you're going with Randy Orton. Forgotten.
I'm going to agree with Hughie on this. I'm going to go also with Randy Orton. I'm going to say that we'll probably get one of the largest pops of the night from this match. While it doesn't seem like a very interesting match on the outside, I think the fans are what's going to really make this match entertaining, with the whole Rusev Day thing, the RKOs out of nowhere. Again, I see Randy Orton retaining.
And what's great about this match is, and I'll just kind of interject here, what's great about this match is it has the best dynamic for the fans because you have a solid heel who everybody hates, which is Jinder Mahal, and then who is actually getting that old school heat. And then you have favorites like Rusev, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton who could, one in turn, all beat up on Jinder. So, I mean, I think it makes a great, great dynamic. Dibs, who you got, my man?
I think Bobby Roode is going to reclaim the title. What I think is going to happen is Randy Orton is going to hit a RKO on Jinder or Rusev, and he's going to come in, hit finisher on Randy, and then he's going to pin the other participant who got RKO'd.
Interesting.
And still the win from Randy Orton.
Very, very interesting. So my prediction in this, because of the WWE actually listening to the fans for one of the first times in a while, I think Rusev walks out with the U.S. title because originally Rusev was not even slated for this match. He was slated to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But because WWE actually listened to the fans, he is now going to be in this Fatal 4-Way. So I think with them listening to the fans for once, I think Rusev walks out with and becomes a 3-time United States champion. So the next match we have is for the Raw Tag Team titles. Now this is going to be an interesting one, boys. We're going to spend a minute or two on this one. The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, defend their Raw Tag Team titles against Braun Strowman and a partner of his choosing. So we'll start with Forgotten on this one. Forgotten, 2 points here. Who's Braun's tag team partner and who's going to win?
I mean, I think first off, it doesn't really matter who Braun's partner is. The Bar is losing their titles at WrestleMania. The question is, who will be Braun's partner? I'm betting on one of two people. I'm betting it's either Elias or Neville. Could you imagine the pop of Neville with Braun Strowman? I think it would get a ridiculous pop. Yeah, I go with whoever Strowman teams up with, the Bar loses.
Alrighty. Dibs, same 2 points.
I might not be favored of this choice, but I have a feeling Bar is going to win because I have a feeling it's going to be a cruiserweight, probably Neville or somebody returning, or even a legend cruiserweight teaming up, and they will cost Braun the tag team championship.
Interesting. Hughie, same 2 points.
So in my mind, it's one of one. I said earlier in the video, Big Cass will be returning. I think he could be a legitimate partner for Braun. Second point, this is kind of more far-fetched, but it'd be hilarious if it happens. I think Monday Night was a ploy. I think Kurt Hawkins will be Braun Strowman's partner, which will then lead to, his winless streak. What grander stage to have his winless streak end than at WrestleMania, where Braun and his partner win the Raw Tag Team Championships?
Well, damn it, Hughie, you stole mine. That's kind of the direction I was thinking. It could have been Kurt Hawkins for the and they do win the Raw Tag Team titles. I'm also going to say Elias as my other choice because of the feud they just had, and Elias has not been announced for anything right now. He hasn't announced for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He hasn't announced for anything. And the last major feud Elias was in was with Braun Strowman. So I think it could either be Kurt Hawkins or Elias. And I think they do win the tag team titles. But I'm going ahead and saying this now. At some point, either on the Raw after or maybe the Raw after that, they will lose the tag team titles. That's just my opinion. But as for Mania, I think they will win the tag team titles. So now the next match that we have is interesting, to say the least. The Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending her title against the Irresistible Force, Nia Jax. We'll start with Dibs. Dibs, who you got?
I'm going with Jax. It's long overdue to me that she should have had the title. I think it's going to happen. Mickey's going to interfere. Then she's just going to snap and just demolish both of them. And then she's going to hit the Samoan drop and pin Alexa Bliss and win the championship finally to a huge pop.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go next. And yeah, I agree. I think it has been long overdue. When you have a woman of that size and that power, and she's so dominant and everything, I think it's long overdue. And she's so good, like that she, I think, deserves her title victory. So that's what I pick. I picked Nia Jax as well. Hughie, who you got?
So every WrestleMania has that one. I say this match doesn't actually really happen. Right after the bell rings, I say Alexa cowards out. Mickie James comes in, attacks Nia Jax. Nia Jax wins via disqualification, but Alexa Bliss walks out your champion.
Okay. Interesting theory. Forgotten. You're up.
I'm going to agree with both you and Dibs, Fat Boy. I'm going to say Nia Jax, long overdue. Nia Jax walks away with the title. There's been a lot of reports saying that just the storytelling that they're trying to do with this match in general about, bullying and, the whole kind of fat shaming and things like that. I think this is a case where to to more or less for the kids' sake, to kind of show them right versus wrong almost. I feel like that's the direction that they're aiming with in this match, and that, like, if not for the reason that Nia Jax deserves it on her own merit, that's also the reason why I think she'll win the match.
Yeah, absolutely. WWE is going for huge strides for the anti-bullying campaign and everything else, so that's actually a good point.
Think about Heath's children.
Hey, he's got a shot. He's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I got kids. All right, so the next match we've got, oh boy, it's a doozy. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, the Authority, versus the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle and WWE Hall of Famer, and his tag team partner, the in-ring debuting Rowdy Ronda Rousey. So this match is going to be interesting, but not interesting, in my opinion. And just because we don't really fully know about how good Ronda is in the ring. We know how good she is in ECW, or UFC, sorry. I don't know why I said ECW. But we don't know how good she's going to be in a WWE ring for her first time. So my prediction, though, I don't see it any other way. I see Rousey and Angle getting the win. Forgotten.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with Kurt and Ronda Rousey getting the win.
Hughie?
Triple H has one of the worst records at Mania because he's always put Rousey and walk out winners.
Okay, so you're picking Kurt and Rousey as well?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you cut out there for a minute.
All good.
Alrighty, and Dibs, who you got?
I'm going to agree. The way I think the ending is going to happen is Ronda's going to do one of her throws, and she's going to take Stephanie down, put her in the arm lock, and then Triple H is going to try to come in. Then he'll be taken back down by Kurt Angle. Then he's going to be put in the ankle lock. And then there's going to be that kind of, oh, I'm trying to help you. And then she's screaming for Triple H, picture moment, and he's not able to save her, so she taps.
Okay. So let me ask you guys a question real quick. We're going to go off topic on this one real quick. Do you think Kurt's going to be doing better than he did at Survivor Series when it comes to his actual in-ring performance?
I think he's going to have to. Because like you said, we don't know the skill level of Ronda in a WWE ring.
My opinion on that would be Kurt did really well as a Shield member, honorary Shield member at TLC. Now, granted, the Survivor Series was lackluster with him involved. But I feel like if he actually needs to carry that to kind of test the waters with Ronda Rousey initially, I still feel like Kurt can put on a match.
What do you think, Dibs?
I'm kind of iffy on this one. But if you miss the old wrestling, just be thankful for this because you're going to see a lot of slams, with that being judo or just wrestling slams in general.
And we've seen what Triple H and Kurt Angle can do in the past. And now, true, this is when they both were younger and they were healthier and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, Triple H is still jacked. I'm 32 years old and would kill to have his body. But, I mean, it's true. It's the truth. But these two, when they've touched in the past in the ring, have created magic as far as like what you expect from the new school and then the Greco-Roman old school style wrestling.
This is definitely going to be a wrestling. It's not going to be high flying. It's not going to be tricks. To quote the Revival, no flips, just fists.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just thinking. So it's going to be really interesting to see this match. It could be a really good match or it could be a really bad match. I mean, it could go either way. So let's move on to the next match. The next match that we have, oh boy. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane O'Mac and the in-ring return. Daniel Bryan. Hughie, you're up.
Forgotten mentioned it earlier with one of the biggest pops. This when Daniel Bryan's music hits for him to come down the ring at WrestleMania, the place is going to be going crazy. People can say, well, how can Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lose? If they lose, they stay fired. That's cool. They'll lose. They'll go to Monday Night Raw. They'll show up the Monday after WrestleMania. But Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon walk away victorious.
Yeah, that's my opinion as well, guys. I don't see a positive with the momentum of Daniel Bryan returning and then all of a sudden losing. Now, there's a lot of people out there in the dirt sheets who say that Daniel Bryan does need to lose because you don't want him to immediately hit his high by just winning at WrestleMania and then he has nowhere to go. But Daniel Bryan, with his in-ring return, has so much where he can go now. I mean, he can come off that GM spot, and I don't think he'll go back full time. But he can come out of that GM spot and create magic with some of the wrestlers that are on the roster today. I mean, who would not want to see Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura? Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton again, even. Things like that. So I think, he still has a way to go on this one. Dibs, what's your predictions for this match?
I'm going to get hate, but I just have a feeling this story is going to keep on going for a while since Daniel Bryan is back. And I think Daniel Bryan is going to turn heel on Shane McMahon. And I know I'm not going to be people aren't going to like that, but I just have a feeling he's going to team with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going forward, and it's going to be basically commish versus GM for the coming months.
So do you inevitably see a Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan match?
Yes, I still think that is going to happen. Is the reason why. And with the whole kind of build up, Shane and Kevin Owens and Zayn, I don't see Shane being the one turning heel. I see more Daniel kind of doing it, even though people are going to be thinking, why? I mean, he's back, and why would he turn heel? I see that more coming than a Shane turn.
Okay, interesting. Forgotten.
I gotta completely disagree with Dibs. I don't see that happening. Simply because they beat the hell out of fucking Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has, yes, he has a storied past with them, but I mean, if you really think about it, they did the pop-up powerbomb to Daniel Bryan on the ring apron. The same shit that has put other people on the shelves for months at a time. Right after Daniel Bryan had already been medically cleared to return. Storyline-wise, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever that would happen. That being said, Hughie had touched on this earlier. I do see Daniel and Shane winning with Sami and Kevin moving to Monday Night Raw.
Okay, interesting. I think that's... Sorry, Dibs, you got outvoted.
Well, I'd like to touch on Dibs' prediction. Do you think we end up seeing a Team Daniel Bryan versus a Team Shane McMahon at Survivor Series, where you have a traditional 5-on-5 elimination match?
It could happen. I could see SummerSlam being Daniel versus Shane, then Kevin Owens, Sami interfered, then maybe a couple other people that have Shane McMahon's back. The reason why is I picked Daniel too is because it was kind of teased when he wasn't cleared that it seemed like he was fighting. So they kind of do have that story where it was teased just a little bit, where when he would you know, pick the matches and give them more chances and be against Shane during that time a couple of months ago. So that's where I'm kind of given that it could continue with that, his return, but they kind of dropped it. But I think it could return to where it seemed like that whole entire time he was siding with them.
Okay. It's really interesting. I think this is going to be an interesting setup no matter how you look at it. And I think this will be a good match as well. Especially if we get the old school Bryan stuff. I think this will be a really good match.
I see what you say, the official yes kicks return, not the it kicks.
Exactly. And then when I saw that face, when Daniel Bryan was being attacked by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, when I saw that face that came over him, like that evil face almost, and he started laying in those yes kicks, I was like, oh, so good.
Yes.
So good. All right. So, boys, the next match we got, this is interesting. So, for anybody who does not know, on this next match, we do have a bet going on our team click between the Real Yugi 299 and the Forgotten Sage. We'll just leave it at that. It is going to be for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, challenges the champion, the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair. And I will start with Forgotten because I'm interested to see, even though he's kind of already touched on it with us off screen, Forgotten, lay it out for me. Why did you pick who you picked?
Okay. So first off, let's just start with what the bet between Hughie and I was. The bet between Hughie and I was that Charlotte Flair, if she were to retain, that Hughie would have to do TBG strategies for our team on WWE Supercard for the next 1 month. If Asuka wins, then I would have to do them for 1 month. Now, that being said, I'm picking Charlotte Flair to break Asuka's streak. That being said, I see Carmella cashing her Money in the Bank contract in and defeating Charlotte Flair to become SmackDown Live Women's Champion.
All right, counterpoint. Yugi, go ahead.
It's Asuka. It's the streak. It's Mania. The plan is, from what I've heard, to have Asuka win at Mania, have her build up with Ronda Rousey, and then Ronda break the streak next year. I mean, I'm one of the biggest advocates for having a streak broken because I hated the fact that before it even ended, we knew who was going to win the mixed match challenge because it was Asuka. The streak was there. Dana Brooke on Monday got carried to a victory because of the streak. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be one of the best women's matches we have seen at Mania in forever. But the Empress is your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
And I'm really liking it because I don't think both women's matches are going to be extremely, I think they're going to be good in their own rights for what they are. And I am so happy. In fact, I believe with this crop of women, this is going to be the first time we're going to see a main event at WrestleMania for a women's title. Like, I honestly think we are. My prediction, I'm ready for Asuka. Like, I don't see, really. I just got a monster second win. Yay.
Yay.
I don't. It's hard to bet against Asuka. It really is. Now, Divs, I'm going to let you do your prediction. And then after this, I'm going to, of course, ask the most obvious question that we all were talking about here in just a second. But, Divs, who you got?
I mean, you and Yugi basically already spoken for me, but what I see happening is it's the streak, like Yugi said, and, she won the Royal Rumble, so I have a feeling they would not let the first woman to win the Women's Royal Rumble lose with just that. But I will be against something that he did say. I have a feeling that they're going to build up Charlotte Asuka all the way to SummerSlam, and I believe Charlotte will break the streak and win the title back.
Okay, so you do think it will be Charlotte, just not on WrestleMania?
Yes, because if there is anybody in wrestling right now that I would pick that deserves something to basically break what they are trying to build up so bad, somebody to break it would be Charlotte, but not at WrestleMania this
I
year.
agree 100%. Charlotte deserves any other, but we all know it's WWE. You don't always get what you deserve.
That's
hence why Baron Corbin lost his Money in the Bank cash-in. Hence why Nia Jax still has not held the women's championship. You don't always get what you deserve. Unfortunately for Charlotte, that's going to be her motto this year. She's not going to break the streak. It's going to be Ronda Rousey.
So with that being said, guys, we talked about it off stream or off recording. So let's just go ahead and let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the Money in the Bank cash-in with Carmella. Yes or no? I just want a simple yes or no. Forgotten.
Yes.
Hughie.
Yes.
Dibs.
Nope.
Okay. And for me, I think it's a yes. Fail or no fail?
No fail.
Fail.
If it happens, Dibs, fail or no fail?
I mean, this is just for Mania, but I have a feeling it's going to be a fail, and it's going to be on SmackDown after.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So the next match that we've got. Oh, wrong one. Oh. Now, this is one where Hughie, I think, has called this the match of the night. It is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. We have the defending champion, The Miz, to me, by far the best heel in WWE today, versus the man, the extraordinary man who could do extraordinary things, whatever they want to say. I wish it would be Demon, but it's Finn Balor. And then, of course, Seth freaking Rollins. Dibs. Who you got?
It's going to be really, but I have a feeling we're going to see a surprise, and I think Demon Finn Balor is going to win.
Okay, that was actually the interesting question. I should have asked that first. Do y'all think we're going to get the Demon at WrestleMania? Forgotten?
I have a feeling. Oh,
sorry.
I don't.
Okay. Hughie.
I don't.
Okay. Now, do y'all agree that there was ever a time to bust out the Demon, that this would be the time? At Mania?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I feel like there would have had to have been some lead up to it.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love we have for the Demon being in the match.
Okay. So before y'all make your predictions, do you think nerves are going to get in the way here because this is Finn Balor's first WrestleMania?
I don't think nerves are going to get in the way so much for Finn. Regardless of if he has nerves or not, though, I don't see Finn winning.
All right, so Forgotten, who do you have winning this?
I have The Miz retaining and ultimately becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. You know, Hughie has said that you don't always get what you want, but for The Miz deserves this, and I think this is an instance where you do get what you want. The Miz becomes your longest reigning Intercontinental Champion.
Hughie, what you got, man?
You're right. If there were a superstar to root for him, it's Miz. It is. Love him, hate him, he is the best heel on the mic that the WWE has today. That being said, I think WWE does not allow him to get the record because I think he will challenge for the main title after WrestleMania. That being said, again, I actually see Finn winning the Intercontinental Championship kind of as a little tester to make sure he can stay healthy and not hurt with a title.
All right, well, this is going to be interesting because I am siding with Forgotten. I think The Miz is going to break the record. And it's sad, too, because you have such a caliber athlete like Seth Rollins and nobody picks Seth. But I think Seth is going to be destined for bigger and better things. Like, I think Seth is going to have a feud with Dean when Dean comes back. And I think Seth will eventually challenge for the main title sometime this year as well. But I think The Miz, because of him deserving it, I think The Miz will break the record and become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. And the only reason why I think that is because I think back to the New Day. When the New Day, they're allowing the wrestlers now to break the records of the old wrestlers like Demolition. So I think they're saying, hey, it's about that time. It's time to break the record.
And just to interject here, I feel like WWE realizes that, The Miz has really carried things over on Monday Night Raw. I mean, you have guys like John Cena and Roman Reigns and stuff like that over there. But from a heel perspective, he is the top heel, in my opinion, in this business right now. And for a long time, I feel like it's definitely, if it hasn't gone unnoticed, it's gone unappreciated. And I feel like this is WWE's time to kind of say thank you to The Miz.
Thank you, Miz.
All right. So, interesting twist there. All right, so the next match that we have, sorry I kept that panel up for so long, it just is an interesting conversation. The next one that we're going to have, all right, it is for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar defending the Universal title against Roman Reigns. We're not going to discuss this. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to count down from 3. Y'all tell me who's going to win all together. 3, 2, 1.
Roman.
There we go. That's all you
Piss
get.
break match.
That's all you get for that match. All right. So the next image that we're going to post up, the next match, is for the WWE Championship, the dream match that we wanted to see in WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura, the 2018 Royal Rumble winner, challenging the WWE Champion, AJ Styles. And just because he loves him so much, Dibs, go ahead.
It's going to be Shinsuke. This is going to be the match of the night. It's going to be the longest match because it deserves to be the longest match. I have a feeling because the way they have teased each other with the finishers, AJ Styles is going to go for the phenomenal forearm, and then as he's diving forward, he's going to be caught with a Kinshasa, and that's it.
Interesting. Yugi?
In a dream match, Shinsuke wins hands down 100%. And I agree with you, Dibs. This is going to be the longest match of the night because it deserves it. But yeah, you're not going to take this moment away from Shinsuke. The only question I have is how many people playing a violin is he going to have during his entrance?
The biggest entrance he ever had is 5. I think he needs to have 10 this time.
I think the entire ramp just needs to have an orchestra of violin players.
Yes.
Now, I believe I know somebody with maybe a differing opinion. Who knows? Forgotten. Who you got?
Of course, I'm always going to have a differing opinion. It's just who I am. It's in my nature. That being said, I'm going to go with AJ Styles. AJ Styles retains. I just feel like for the past few WrestleManias, AJ has been relegated to matches that nobody ever really thought were going to be that good. I mean, you have AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, for example. That was a match that, I didn't even anticipate it being as good as it was.
Oh, yeah.
That just goes to show you that AJ, and to Shane's credit as well, but AJ can put on a great match with anybody.
It shocked a lot of people. It shocked a lot of people with that match.
Now, that being said, I think Shinsuke will have his time. I think Shinsuke will become WWE champion this year, but it's not at Mania.
Okay.
Relegated to matches that people don't think are going to be good? AJ Cena, every time they fought.
I said at Mania.
I mean, well, let's be fair. He's only had 2 at Mania. One was with Jericho, which was actually a really good match, and then
Yes.
the one with Shane, which was last minute, and everybody thought was going to be shitty, but it actually turned out being one of the better matches of the night, honestly. And like you said, Forgotten, it's to the credit of both Shane and AJ. So I mean, he hasn't had, let's say, the main event match, but he hasn't had bad matches. They just haven't been like in the main event spot where I personally think, because he is the best performer today, I think AJ Styles deserves the main event, in my opinion. Especially over Brock Roman. No offense.
100% agree.
No offense. If you're a Roman fan or a Brock fan, you're not going to like this video. Sorry. It's just because we like wrestling. And as far as wrestling goes, AJ and Nakamura know how to put on a wrestling match. They are 2 of the top performers in WWE today. With that being said, my prediction, Shinsuke Nakamura wins the WWE title, and when the next Superstar Shakeup happens, AJ Styles goes to Raw.
Interesting.
All right. So we've talked about all the matches on the card, guys, but we're not done. Oh, no. We're not done. That's right. Will it happen Sunday at WrestleMania? The dream match that a lot of people have been wanting between Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect John Cena and, of course, the dead man himself, The Undertaker. Hughie, take it away.
So one of 2 things happened. Prediction with this. Okay, so the only member of the Hall of Fame that we don't know who's inducting him is Kid Rock. Mark Calloway could come out Friday night at the Hall of Fame and induct Kid Rock into the WWE Hall of Fame and accept said match with John Cena, and it happens. Or what a lot of people have said, and I want to credit someone in my Twitch chat who brought this up, Matt Ward Games, said we could see a face-to-face at Mania, which leads up to a build-up at either a SummerSlam or even next year at Mania. So to answer your question, will it happen? I don't know. But I do think we see Cena and Taker in the same ring on Sunday.
Dibs, what you got for me?
I kind of I don't think what Yugi said. I don't think we're going to have the match this year because of just what's going on. I do like the way he said that he could accept something, or I don't think he's going to accept the match. I just think he's going to tell Cena that he will see him at WrestleMania. I think Cena's going to be somewhere around the ring or introducing Kid Rock to perform. And all of a sudden he's going to play a couple of songs. Then he's going to play some older ones. And then he's going to play Undertaker's American Badass theme. American Badass Undertaker comes out, beats the shit out of Cena, and that closes the show.
Interesting. Forgotten, what you got, my man?
I think Taker versus Cena happens. I think it's Badass Taker versus Cena. I think Cena will probably call out Taker at the beginning of WrestleMania, if I'm being honest with you. And I don't think Taker will respond until probably right before the 2 main championship matches.
Interesting. So, I know for Hughie this is a tough point. For me, it's a really tough point because Hughie is one of the biggest John Cena fans I know. I am probably the biggest Undertaker fan I know. The thing is, though, is we've had Hughie where we've gotten to see John Cena challenge the Undertaker. For me, I haven't got to see the Undertaker. So this is kind of one of the toughest predictions I can make because I want to see Taker. I just want a response, whether it be yes or no. Just like John Cena's saying, I want a response, yes or no. Whether it be this year's Mania or next year's Mania, I want to see this happen. I just want yes, no, maybe, don't know. I at least just want to hear what The Undertaker has to say. Do I think it's going to be American Badass? Yes, I do. Do I think we'll see Taker Sunday? Absolutely. Are we going to get the match? Probably not. We're probably not going to get the match Sunday. Will we get the match? Yes. We will get the match. And what y'all were alluding to, Dibs and Hughie, was basically like the John Cena Rock buildup that they had a few years ago when they basically announced a main event to WrestleMania a year ahead. We could see that. This is just, it's we don't know. We absolutely don't know. It's interesting no matter what's going to happen. Taker's going to be there on Sunday. We already know that. We know Cena's going to be there as a, quotation, fan. So maybe he might steal somebody else's beer.
I still hope that guy didn't have herpes.
Gosh. But no matter what, it's going to be interesting what happens Sunday. So, guys, that's it. That's it for Mania predictions. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank the real Hughie299, Forgotten Sage, and Dibs on Everything for joining me for the predictions video.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
And if y'all enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see more prediction videos for later on pay-per-views, for like if you want this to be a monthly series for the different pay-per-views, let us know. And then if you want us to start doing prediction videos for the NXT takeovers, let us know. And just make a comment down in the section below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And y'all have a great day. Peace out, y'all.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
There you go.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Love it.